intimacy. Should I just cut this off now? This is a serious thing. Are you sure? Do you not recognize trying to keep it important? Commitment. Your problem is not that man or that woman. Your problem is commitment. Because you want what you want so bad until it no longer looks like what you signed up for.
That's mine.
Until there's something more that is not until somebody told you to get you.
You lose authority when you're trying to befriend their feelings and emotions. You're losing authority when you befriend their desires. You lose authority, you lose the weight of authority when you say, well, you know, I just got to understand them and just let them be and they'll figure it out. You're going to say they'll figure it out, but then you're going to pray, Lord, turn their hearts. So do you want them to figure it out or do you want God to turn their hearts? Because you're literally praying against what you just signed off on. So some things are happening and going on, not because a demon jumped in, but because you signed off on it. Because you put your seal of approval. Your authority was stamped on there. So we don't even understand that there's many times where we walk in authority and then we get mad when everything that's happening has legal ground to happen and to transpire. Because we thought that when we lost control, we lost our position. And the truth is, you never lost a position until you signed off and said, you know what, since I don't have control, I'm taking my hands off. Hands on doesn't mean control. Because if that's the case, me having my hands on something automatically equates to me being in control of it. Then there's something wrong with our ideology. Because God doesn't control us, yet his hand is on us. When you begin to talk about your life, I can see everywhere else in your situations where you also took the fruit, or you took the bait. You took what the enemy offered you. And you cannot justify it by saying, well, I didn't have another choice. You can't justify it by saying, well, that was just a moment. You can't justify it by saying, well, that's different. You cannot justify it by saying somebody should understand me. You can't justify it by saying, well, I felt abandoned, or I felt a void, or I didn't have this. You don't realize that the reason why she was able to take the fruit was simply because there was a void in her too. Think about it. How many times have you literally had great things? You had a lot going, but there was this one thing that you felt like you couldn't have access to. You didn't have access to, you rejected regarding, or that you felt like was missing. You feel it was empty. And what did you do? You tried to figure it out on your own. You gave yourself your own results. You took the bait. You took the fruit. And if she would have maintained her stance, if she would have sustained, if she would have stewarded her confession, if she would have stewarded what she believed, if she would have stewarded what she already had possession of, the whole story would have been different. So, what if my life story will be different, or my life story is a result of how well I steward what I've been given? Who else will suffer from my lack of stewardship? How many generations? Come on now. How many generations will have to suffer because of my lack of stewardship? How many generations will be blessed because of my decision to steward well? Blessings to all of you. I pray that you are exceptionally well. I pray that you're excited about all that God is doing in your life, with your life, and through your life. It's another powerful opportunity for us to be gathered together, centered around the Word of God. And I sincerely hope and pray that you are ready to grow today. I hope and pray that you're ready to learn, that you're ready to become better than you were yesterday. I want you to let me know quickly in the comment section. You already know how we do it when we come live. Let's go ahead and let me know if you can hear me. Let me know that we are together. Let me know that we are good to go. I want to make sure that you can hear what I'm getting ready to release to you. I want to make sure that you can receive it. And so I want you to let me know that we are together. Let me know that you can hear me. I want you to share this everywhere that you can. I want you to make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Do it quickly. Make sure that you are here. I'm excited about all that God is doing and what He's allowing me to, honestly, to be honest with you, I don't even know what to call it. I'm not the one that's starting it. I'm not the one that's holding it together. I think if anything, He's just trusting me to steward it and be the face of what He's doing. But I'm just glad to be a vessel of what God is doing and a conduit of what God is doing. I'm glad that there is not anywhere in my life that God is looking as a threat to what He's trying to build and what He's striving to bring to the earth at such a time as this. And so I'm excited that God has chosen me to be used by Him when honestly He still can choose anybody. And so I'm grateful. I don't know about you, but I'm really grateful that God has enough grace and mercy, enough patience, enough love and kindness to choose someone like me. And so with that being the case, I'm extremely excited because Prophetic School 5.1 is getting ready to happen. It is a time where I am going to pour, and I'm telling you, I am going to pour. I'm going to pour out on those who are attending. I'm going to pour out what the Lord has given me. I am a conduit. I am literally a pipeline. I'm just going to connect you to the heart of the Father. I'm going to connect you to what the Lord has already put on the inside of me for you. So I'm going to get you to where you need to be as much as possible. But you have to come willing and come ready to receive what God has for you, because this one's going to be so impactful. It's going to be crazy. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to let you in on this. This is why you need to hurry up, because we literally and we legitimately, purposely, the seating and the attendance is limited because we don't want this just to be a time where I'm talking to you. This is going to be a time of impartation. We literally have set aside time for impartation and activation. And you want to make sure that if you are ready and you believe that you need to walk in what God has called you to be and who God's called you to be, do not hesitate. Go to the website at godsnationcdt.com/prophetic school. Make sure you register now. Listen, if you know people who need to be a part of this, register them, because I'm telling you now, this is not just an event. This is not just a conference. This is not just a service. This is literally a school. And the whole point of school is for you to learn, for you to grow, and for you to become. You have to activate what you are being told and taught. And so this is the time we have set aside for you to really be able to do that. If you're wondering your calling, wondering who you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to operate, this is tailor-made for you. So do not hesitate. Do not wait. Make sure that you get to the website, go register. It's going to bless you. It's going to benefit you. And trust me, your life will never be the same. I'm telling you this truth. It will never be the same. And so I hope that you're ready for Prophetic School 5.1. Who's ready for it now? Who's ready? You have to be ready for it, because it's going to be something that is going to be amazing. Now, I want to quickly jump into this, but before I do, I also have to let you know that men's conference is here. It's right around the corner. It's going to be amazing. June the 12th through the 13th. It's going to be bananas. You want to make sure that you are here and that you are in the room. Get all your men to register. Get everyone to register. Get everyone registered. It's going to be incredible. Now, I'm about to jump into this lesson, but man, what do y'all say about Tuesday night experience? Tuesday prophetic service.
Still walking and praising.
Man, Tuesday night was incredible. God is good. God is too kind to us to allow us to have this type of anointing and this type of grace. So I'm excited about what God is doing with us. Yeah, he ain't done yet. He ain't done yet. Man, how many of y'all have to go back and watch it again? Tell you, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. All right, let's jump in. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to jump in? Talk to me now. Are y'all ready to jump in?
Yes,
Put in the comment section. Let me know if you're ready. If you're ready, put in the comment section. Let me know that you're ready. Now, I want you to see something that is very vital. I want you to see something that is very important. I want you to see something that is crucial. Last night, as I was meditating, this thought came to me, and I was really moved by this, because the issue is, I've recognized that many people are fighting things unnecessarily, and that things are happening that they should have already been able to overcome. They should have already been able to overthrow. They should have been able to remove. However, many people don't know what to do when this thing happens. So I want to talk to you about when unresolved becomes unrest. When unresolved becomes unrest. I want you to put it in the comment section quickly. When unresolved becomes unrest. This is something that you have to literally see. You have to literally understand how detrimental this is. Because many people, they go through so many things, not understanding that a lot of what you go through is linked to, you ready for this? Is linked not only to what you're asking for, not only to what you want, but it's majority of the time what you're going through now is linked to what you tried to avoid or rush through before. So when I say that, what I actually mean is simple. If God allowed me to go through something and I learned a bit of it, but I tried to skip the rest of it because I was so ready to come out of it, or I was ready to be done and over with, then 9 times out of 10, I will have to face the remaining portion of that lesson in another phase of life. Mm-hmm. Whether that's another day, another year, another month. You don't understand that when it comes to this, you have to make sure that everything is completed. I want you to put in the comment section and say completed, 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 completed. Here's the truth. You have to understand that when it comes to unresolved situations, unresolved things, unresolved trauma, unresolved pain, you are the one that determines how long that lasts. Many people don't realize that. The reason why it's unresolved majority of the times is because we do not stay in it long enough to get the lesson. We do not stay in it long enough to stay consistent. Your inconsistencies are one of the top 10 things, really top 5 things that causes you to go through as often as you do. I know you like to say it's a demon. I don't know if we're together now. I know you like to say it's a devil. I know you like to say it's people that's hating on you. Maybe I should stop now. YouTube ain't talking back, and we have 30 people. We got 30 people and only 13 likes. I need you to get the like button up. Are y'all sure y'all want this?
Yes, sir.
Here's a problem that we have. You can try to connect what you're going through to a demon. You can try to connect what you're going through to a person that don't like you. You can try to connect what you're going through to warfare. But 9 times out of 10, the only reason why you are literally dealing with the results that you're dealing with is due to your own inconsistencies. Even if you're going through something, if you're consistent, your consistency determines the results of what you're going through. You ain't hearing nothing I'm telling you now. You need to understand, if I'm really consistent, that means I'm consistent whether I like what's going on or not. I'm consistent whether I like who is telling me what to do or not. I'm consistent whether I understand, you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
The why behind what I'm facing. The issue is many of us are too inconsistent to see the results, which is why we stay in a place of unresolved situations, unresolved pain, unresolved, or what you may call a place with no closure. Are you hearing me?
Uh-huh.
The problem that we have, I hope I'm helping at least 2 people this morning.
Yes, sir.
The problem that we have is that being consistent in all things, in all situations, many people actually determine that to be and interpret that to be the lack of sensitivity. But my push for consistency is not due to my lack of sensitivity. It just means I will not be moved even when I do feel what I am up against. But majority of people, they say, well, if I'm being too consistent, then I'm lacking the human experience. No, you're not. You're actually determining what type of human experience you will experience. I bored you. Let me hear you up. YouTube, tell me if I should hurry up or not. If I should just go ahead and close this, or should I continue?
Go ahead, sir.
Because I'm asking if I should close it or continue. Tell me go ahead. Which one should I do? You want me to go ahead and close, or you want me to go ahead and continue? Because I want you to get this. Because if you get this morning, everything about you start to look at it differently.
I receive.
Because watch this. What happens when I recognize my problem with you has nothing to do with you? My problem with you is that you remind me of the parts of me that I have not conquered yet.
Ooh. Wow. Oh.
So maybe that's the real reason why I don't like certain people. Because they make me face what I put a mask on and feel like I conquered.
Sir. No, seriously.
No, that's real.
How many of you swore up and down? You swear up and down that you're patient
Oh.
Hey.
until you meet the person that constantly gets on your nerve.
Hey.
Man. Not at all.
Patience is not working in that moment.
Come on.
How often do you swear up and down? You got it like that.
Ain't got
Yeah,
nothing.
ain't got nothing.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How often did you just believe that you were great at what you did
Yeah.
until you met somebody who didn't allow you to cut corners?
Yeah.
Get this right here.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
And when you met that person that didn't allow you to cut corners, what ended up happening? You thought that they had a problem with you. You thought that they were the issue. You thought that maybe this is not what God had for me. You come up with all these scenarios, but the real issue is you found somebody who won't let you rest until you resolve your real issue. Because God has finally put you with somebody who don't just show you and tell you what you want to hear and see. He literally will show you and reveal to you the parts of you that you tried to cover up that everybody else overlooked because they had another part of you that they enjoyed the most. So what am I saying? God has a way of putting you in a place that is the roughest place in your life, and it has nothing to do with the devil. And he will literally do it for you to deal with the parts that everybody else overlooked because there's a part that stands out that they like the most. Most people, if they like something about you, they will overlook, or they like enough about you, they will overlook the flaws that you have. They will just deal with the flaws you have. And then they will say stuff like, oh, no, that's just them. You ever realize that?
Yeah.
Your mama, 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 your mammy. Think about how many things that your mama has said or done. And people are like, that's not normal. You like, that's just mama.
I thought I was tripping.
Yeah.
Think about the things that you have gotten away with because people have just came into agreement that maybe that's just the way that you are. But then you finally meet somebody who's like, no, that's not the real you. That's just an unresolved version of you. And so now they call it out, and now you think, well, that other church down the street let me do it, or the other pastor was just okay with me doing that. They just liked the fact I showed up. I showed up when I showed up. Yeah, but, you know, when God connects you with a certain person, he deliberately connects you with somebody who's different from the last person. Because he knows if you stay in the same way, with the same people, same type of personality, same type of passion, you will end up with the same results. And that's why for many of you, you think the issue is where you left. Well, if I would have never dealt with this, no. It's not about what you've dealt with. It's about what dealt with you, and you never came to a resolution. You never resolved that. This is why I have to ask you a question. Many of you moved out of your mother's house around the age of 18, some of you 16, some of you 20, 21, some of you 30. You moved out of your mama's house. Yet you still blame your mama for every reason why you operate the way you do.
Yes.
You moved out of your daddy's house. Yet, you even, let's talk about this. You even talk to your father, your daddy, your papi, your papa. You talk to him on a minimum basis. Yet you still blame him for you being the way that you are. Tell me now, is it really their fault, or are you just lacking accountability for you literally still being what you said you're disconnecting from?
Wow.
I don't know if anybody was talking. I think y'all tired of me talking to you like this. I feel like you're tired of me like making you reflect and really look at yourself. But you don't understand. My whole message, my whole mission, if you realize every message, every teaching I teach has always been about identity. To bring you out of this false identity you've been in for years and to teach you how to walk into who God's really called you to be. But you can't do it until you face the music. You can't do it until you face the truth. You cannot do it until you recognize I got to stop blaming everybody else for me still being what I said I hated. Look at this. Look, how many of you have became somebody that you never expected to be? And then if you look at that, question is, how often have you blamed something or someone else that you said you're no longer connected to? You blame your ex for the reason why you have, ready for this? You blame your ex for your reasoning of everything you do now. But how long ago did you let go of your ex? You blame. Well, the last job, when I was working, or not, because some of y'all, but when my last job, the way they would do it was this. Why are you realize if you go to a new job and talk to them about your last job and try to recreate what your last job did and live out the model of your last job, you'll be fired than you were hired. You'll be fired way quicker than you were hired. The firing process, they will literally fire you. Boom. They took you through a whole 2 to 3 interview series just to fire you quickly because you will not adhere to where you currently are because you keep on telling them about where you were. And my question is, if it was that impactful, why are you not still there?
Come on.
That's the point.
No question.
That is the point. That is a good point.
Mighty God today.
What is it about it? Oh, I know what it is. Because here's the problem. Do you not recognize that many people have a hard time letting go of what they don't like? Here's the truth. Many people have a harder time letting go of what they don't like than they do of letting go of what they do. Letting go of what you enjoy, that's hard. But letting go of what you hated and what you think was an attack against you that you really didn't believe that you deserved, that's one of the hardest things to let go of.
Talk about it, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Oh, you never realized that?
Nope.
It's hard to let go. If you be honest, it's hard to let go of a person that you enjoyed being with. It's hard to let go. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard to let go of pornography. It's hard to let go of that girl. It's hard to stop having sex with her. It's hard to stop doing drugs. It's hard to stop being an alcoholic. It's hard to stop doing all that. But when you enjoy it, it's hard. That temptation is there. It's hard. It's tough. I'm not degrading that.
Right.
But do you not recognize when your reasoning behind it is rooted in I am because of what happened to me. I'm doing this because of what I didn't get. I'm doing this because I really don't even want this. It's just the fact that I don't have any other outlet, and this all I know, and this was all I was taught, and this.
Whew.
Now that thing that you're saying that you're letting go of becomes 10 times harder.
Yes.
Because now what you're currently doing is a result of unresolved issues.
That's it.
Which is why letting go of that girl is harder now that you are saying, well, I'm with her because, or I believe she is, so being in a toxic relationship It's harder to let go of
Sir.
than a healthy one.
Sir. Sir.
You speaking.
Okay, yeah, I don't think you hear what I'm saying.
We hear you.
I do.
And it's not just a toxic relationship with a girl. A toxic relationship
Come on.
with drugs, a toxic relationship. But I call a toxic, can I be honest with you? A toxic relationship with yourself.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Exposure.
Is harder to let go of because you only built it because of unresolved issues. Unresolved pain yielded this result. And now what is the results of unresolved issues, unresolved pain, unresolved trauma, unresolved things? I'll tell you, the result of it is simple. It is literally unrest. Which is why many of us, even if we get something that we know we can enjoy, we would enjoy, the things that we do like, we don't know if we should approach them. We don't know if we should embrace them. And majority of us don't know how to handle them. Which is why many of you will hold on to a bad thing longer than a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Many people will hold on to a toxic relationship longer than a good one.
Yes.
I'm telling you the truth.
That's all you know.
Because harder to let go of the things that you don't really, you saying, because think about it. How often did you say, I don't want to do this no more? And how often did the very thing you say you don't want to do this no more, did you find yourself doing again? But how often have you said, you know what, I'm going to keep doing this? And then how often did you actually keep doing it in comparison to doing the thing you said you didn't want to do? Am I talking to myself now? I feel like I'm talking to myself. Because just think about it soberly. You said, I'm done with this. I ain't never gonna do it again.
Never.
I'm free.
I lied. Oh.
Turn right back around.
Right. You turn.
And the very thing I said I don't want to do, I have to, it's like, I don't want to do it, but I'm still doing it.
Come on, Paul.
I find myself still doing it.
Come on, Paul.
But then when I say, you know what, this is good for me, I need to keep at this. I'm going to keep doing this. This is really benefiting me. I want to do this. I'm going to keep doing it. That's the very thing I struggle with doing.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh, yeah.
When you say, I'm going to be done away with, I'm just going to stop eating junk food,
That's funny.
it becomes a fight. It becomes a fight to maintain that posture and declaration. But it's harder
Right.
to stop eating junk food than it is for you to eat healthy. Which is why it's so hard for you to eat healthy, because you wouldn't be a struggle to eat healthy if you did not struggle with junk food.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have too many reasons to eat junk food. Number one, it's cheaper.
Yep.
Number two, it's faster.
100%.
Number three, it don't run out nearly as quick.
Not at all.
Number four, it's the last thing to close.
The sprouts close.
And look at us. But why did you desire the junk so much? Not because it benefited your body, So you tell me, I'm struggling with the thing that offers no benefits. The only benefit that I have is that it's cheaper. But the question is, how valuable is your life and your health?
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. Because what would you do if you recognize that $5 meal deal took off 5 months of your life?
Wait a minute. Oh my goodness.
So I'm not paying $5 for this meal. I'm really paying 5 months.
Ooh.
I'll skip it because I don't want to get y'all into that thing. Think about it. Think about how, because it's so easy, it's easily accessible. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the real issue. Maybe that's the point. Maybe since it's so easily accessible, maybe that's the reason why it is still around. Because everybody can get it whenever they want, however they want, whatever time they want. But the things that will add value to your life has standards.
Right. Yes.
The things that add value to your life, they rarely, if they ever do, go on discount. The things that add value to your life, it doesn't matter. If you're wanting it, if they're closed, they're closed. But you know what's crazy to me? I ain't gonna say where. I've seen people, and myself included, literally wait in a quote-unquote fast food line for 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes. Some of you have waited longer. And the whole point of going to the fast food line is because you said it's quicker than cooking. It's better. It's quicker, it's cheaper, but now the economy we live in, fast food is the same as going to buy groceries.
Hello.
And pricing wise.
Man.
And look at us still making the wrong decision.
Man. You talking about me. You were talking about me.
Look at us making bad investments. Why? Because of unresolved issues. Think about it. You waited 45 minutes to an hour to get fast food. You could have cooked a whole meal.
Right. Today.
That you would have known what was actually inside of that meal. Yet you're eating everybody else's stuff. Never mind, I'll skip it. Y'all don't want to eat this.
Press the gas. Press the gas. Got the suit on. Good.
You don't understand that if I don't resolve or get to the resolution, I'm going to find myself constantly bickering, constantly being upset, constantly fighting against the very one that God actually put in my life to make me better. Here's something I had to write down last night when the Lord shared this with me. Unresolved pain will cause even the beautiful things in life to become daunting.
Yes.
In order for you to deal with them.
Yes.
The things you enjoy, you'll just put up with. The things you should love, it'll become taxing. The things that are beautiful, the things that are incredible, the things that are great, will literally become something to the point where you're upset with the fact that it even exists. How often have you ended up hating what you once prayed for? Think about it soberly. I ain't ever did it. All right, let's go through the list. You ready for this? Let's go down the list, shall we?
Shall we?
You prayed for God to give you that job.
Hello.
Sir.
You went into the interview saying, I got faith that this is the one. You said, Lord, thank you for giving this job to me. And you made a whole plan of what you're going to do with the money, how you're going to steward your time well, how you're going to be on time. You said, Lord, thank you because I've been struggling and I've been trying, and this is my breakthrough. This is my door into breakthrough. This is it. You even said it was a miracle. You know it was a miracle because the way your job description is, Jesus, your history.
Yo.
You prayed.
So hard.
You said, man, I've been waiting. Some of y'all been looking for something like this for years. You were waiting on something like this to show up. And you doing your interviews, or you applying and you're not getting a response, or you're not getting, a call back, and they're saying, no, thank you, I'm past this. All that's happening. And you pray. And what did it do? It built your prayer life. So now you pray. You fire prayer. I mean, now, whenever I tell you pray, you praying for real now, because you're like, God, I need you to come through. These bills stacking up, and I got too much stuff to do, and this ain't working out. My plan ain't working out, so what do? You prayed, and you went to the interview, and you went through the process, and you just knew and believed that this is it. What ended up happening? The blinders were taken off when work was put in your hands.
Yep.
And what you once prayed for from the outside, you're now starting to despise from the inside. Because at first, I'm so grateful for what God did. Now it's always, man, I'm so tired. You went from, man, this is God. God did it, to, I don't know how much longer I can do this. You went from, man, this is where I've been praying to be. And God opened the door to, man, these people.
My goodness. All right.
You went from, this was nobody but God. God did it. To now, man, my boss, that guy. And then can I be honest with you? The truth is, it's not because of your boss. It's not because of your workplace. It's not because of any of that. It's not because of the workload. The real issue behind it is because, again, even the beautiful things in life become daunting when you have unresolved issues. The reason why you stop enjoying your job has nothing to do with your job. It has everything to do with something that was already there before you even got the job. Some of you just don't like to work. You be very honest. You want to check, you just don't want to work. That's your unresolved issue right there.
Yes, sir.
Some of y'all just spoiled. And some of y'all were like, well, I never expected to be working like this at my age. I thought I was going to have all this, and that I was going to have everybody taking care of this for me, and I was just going to wake up every morning and be like, you had a whole Disney fantasy. And so now what you call work, what is work to most people, you feel like it's an attack or punishment from God.
That's real. That's
Maybe that's the reason why, and maybe you can understand now why, when I look at some of you, I just be like, you're not going through attack. Just breathe. Right. And go do it. Right. Because many of us, we like, oh, I'm under attack. No, you're not. You were just told. You're like, come on, I'm under a persecution. No, you're not. They're not persecuting you. They just gave you responsibilities. I feel like it's too much. No, you're just lazy and you thought you were going to get paid the top dollar for poor work.
Right.
Man.
Here's the thing. Do you not recognize that when you prayed for the job, you also prayed for the work? You don't understand. Many people pray for the job just having the paycheck in mind. But when you paid for the job or prayed for the job, you prayed saying, Lord, put that weight of the job on me and let me carry it. You didn't just say, Lord, bless me with a job. You said, Lord, bless me and favor me to carry the work, carry the load of it. You don't realize that's what you did. I'm boring you now. Shit, Jesus.
Right.
Did you ever realize that? You're getting mad, they're putting all this work on you, but you literally said, Lord, bless me. Put the load of this job, the workload on my shoulders, and I will bless you and I will say, God did it. And then you have the nerve to want promotions, a raise, a bonus.
Can't even do the work for real.
Right. Can't even handle the load. Come on.
And then, you know, the amazing thing is, then we get mad when we say, this ain't cutting it no more. This ain't cutting the bill. No. Okay, my question is this. You realize that your debt to income ratio changed before your pay rate changed. You prayed for God to give you that job and it came with that pay rate. But was it God's responsibility to make sure you didn't add no more debt to your plate before he increased your income? But that's how
Sir.
what you once prayed for becomes a curse.
Now that was a bar.
That's how the beautiful things in life become daunting. That's why many of you once prayed for your job, but now going to your job, it's a struggle. How do we have to fight to go to work every day? But you once prayed for it. And when you didn't have a job, you were upset. When you didn't have this job, you would, I just need something new. I just got to get out of here. I got to go. There's more for me. Now God put you in more, and you're like, no. I said more, but I didn't intend for it to be more work. I'm more tired. I'm more frustrated. What's the real problem? It's not the job. It's an unresolved issue, which is why you're not at rest.
Sir.
This is why you cannot rest in the fulfillment of the promises of God. You cannot rest in the fulfillment of God's promise to you. He did his part, and now look at you being upset that it was done. Would you rather him keep you in the place you were before he gave you the answer and before he gave you that job? Because many of us, that's how we act. Think about this. Think about the fact that we were complaining and we said, I know God got to do something. And then now God gave you a job. And you're like, these people. Or now you're tired. And now you're blaming what you said God blessed you with for your lack of production or productivity in the things of God. When even you said, but Lord, I'm not going to allow it to come in between you and I. I'm not going to allow it to change what I'm doing for you. I'm not going to allow it to stop me. And what are you doing? And now everything is centered around the job that you say that you barely like going to. Now, the things of God is a conflict with what you prayed for. Now, you already don't like going to work and doing your job, but then now when but then there's expectations at the church, there's expectations in ministry. I'm tired. What you told God?
That you wanted this.
I'll work for you. I'll live for you. My life belongs to you. I'm submitted to you. I'll skip it. Y'all don't want to hear this. Let me skip. Let me skip.
Not wrong.
Listen, in person and YouTube, all y'all quiet on me now. Let me skip it. Watch it.
I can't even breathe at this point. Like,
She said it was right.
This is why unresolved things have to be taken care of. James chapter 1, verse 19 through 20. So then,
here, Jesus.
my beloved brethren, let every man be swift, be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath, slow to anger. For the wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of God. What is he saying? When you don't resolve your issues, they cause you to be something that you never thought that you would be. And you can literally still have your breath, you still have your operations, but because of what you're doing, what you're doing is one thing, but what you have on the inside of you while you're doing it is the very thing that's not pleasing to God. Listen to this. What does that really mean for us? Even if you feel some type of way about what you're dealing with, do not become infected with that feeling. Because the wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of God. It does not give birth to the thing that God wants to see in you. Which is why some of you will literally pray for a new job because you're upset with the old one. But because you have not dealt with that, the reason why you're upset, because you say, well, I'm just upset because the boss mistreated me. Okay, so here's a question. If the boss mistreated you and your resolution was to be upset and go to another job, does going to another job really fix your anger and your wrath or your reasoning behind being upset? No, because since it's unresolved, it will quiet down until it's poked at again. And sometimes the poking can be very small, but it's the feather that breaks the camel's back. Because the poking can be very small, but as soon as your new boss or your new job reminds you of anything similar to the one that made you upset, it's like a restart in a cycle of your anger, your lashing out, and your reasoning behind why you are the way that you are. So what does that look like? You will start praying to come out of what you prayed for God to lead you into. Because you're so upset. Because what you love became what you complained about. Because you were poked. But since you didn't deal with the wrath, since you didn't deal with the anger, since you didn't deal with the frustration, since you didn't deal with the feeling of being let down, since you didn't deal with the feeling of being lonely, since you didn't deal with those spirits with those thoughts, with those concerns. Bringing them to the back of your brain, pulling them into the darkest parts of you, does not mean that they are resolved. Which is why if anybody pokes at anything or even touches anything, they are already ready to lash out.
That makes sense.
This is why, for many people, and I'm gonna hit you, ladies, listen to me. Women, listen to me. This is the reason why you, men, hear me, women and men both, need to understand that lying and saying I'm good does not mean everything has been resolved. What are you saying? Do you not know how many relationships are destroyed by a little misunderstanding? And the reason why it's just a misunderstanding is because you never heard the person with your ears. People who have unresolved issues only hear with triggers.
Oh my God. Oh wow.
So everything that is said is triggering.
Come on. Come on.
Oh.
And you don't get to a point where you even try to have a conversation to understand, because the argument comes before understanding. Anger typically shows up before. And the crazy thing is, what is unresolved is the very thing that you said, I'm good.
Right.
I ain't mad.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And then you say, well, I'm okay. I forgive you. Okay, you forgive them. But did you, here's a question. You forgave that person, but did you resolve or come to a resolution regarding the pain, regarding the frustration, regarding what you're dealing with? Because if not, it's going to show right back up again. And here's the problem. Do you know how many relationships that I counsel and how many people I've dealt with that they had a problem and the world is ending. Everything's over. It's just like, I'm done. I'm dead. I'm back. All right, what we doing? They go through the cycle, but they go through it every week. Every week. Yay, I'm happy. We're good. I'm good. Life is great.
I just said I'm ready to get out this hamster wheel.
And then, something happened. I didn't see this coming. I don't like it here. I hate it. God, what did I do to deserve this? God must hate me. I must be. You know what? I'm done. I'm just going to leave. I'm running away. I ain't trying to kill myself, so I'm just going to have to get something because this is too much for me to handle. And then, you know what? I was tripping. I shouldn't have been that way. I just thought it was all over. But God, thank you for coming through. Thank you for not giving up on me. And then I got my wind back. I got a fire. I got it now. I'm going to do it this time. What is that? I wouldn't expect it. Can I do anything right? I hate it here. I'm done. I'm running away. I can't do this no more. Where is the cycle coming from?
Where? That is the question.
Where is it coming from?
That
Am I talking to anybody now?
Yeah,
You are.
Oh, I'm trying to stay seated.
Where is it coming
This
from?
moment.
Sir, where is it coming from?
I want to run.
It's not your situation. The problem, the reason why you're at unrest, a place of unrest, it's not because of your situation. It's not because of people. It's not because of what's happening. It's because you moved on, but you didn't get down to the root cause of why you ended up there in the first place.
Right. That's it.
Why am I here? Like, literally. Why?
Think about it. The same question you have now, the same question you're asking. How often have you been asking that? And can I ask you a question? How often has God answered that? But yet, you get back to the same place of why. Why am I here? Why am I here? God told you why. But then when you went through something, you forgot. Or you let go of that reasoning. And then you're like, So the problem is not that God didn't answer your request. It's not that he didn't answer your question. It's not that God is not with you. Your problem is, but I don't like this.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're still in a place, you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Where you have an answer, but you're still feeling, that's still a feeling of being unresolved. There's an issue that's unresolved. So the issue is not the lack of an answer. The issue is that the answer that he gave you, sometimes it's not the answer you were looking for. But if I be very honest with you, the reason why some of you have unresolved issues and the root cause of the issue, it's not the answer, it's not the place, it's not the people. It's the fact that you thought the answer would make you feel better and make things easier for what you're dealing with.
Right.
But it's not God's job to keep it in front of you. So your unresolved issue is the fact that God gave me the answer I was asking for. But I was expecting to feel different after I had the answer. And my feeling has not changed. So in other words, you want God to deal with your feelings. Majority of the time, the answers that God gives us and what God is telling us to do is totally against the way we feel. Did Jesus feel like going to the cross? Did I feel like pastoring? Do you know how many times I don't feel like teaching or preaching? Well, then why are you so consistent? Because I have a resolve. My feelings don't run me.
Yep.
Do you know how many times I have preached and laid hands and cast out demons and prophesied and other people got healed and stuff while I was dealing with my own pain? Why? Because I have a resolve. And my resolve is not in how I feel or what I'm dealing with. My resolve is in him. And I know it sounds like it's too much. I know it sounds like it's too deep. That's too spiritual, Apostle. If I be honest with you, it's not too spiritual. You're just too carnal. You forget that this is a spiritual walk. The reason why you're going back and forth is because you're still giving yourself an out.
Yeah.
The reason why you keep thinking about leaving and thinking about going and running away and just blopping and bopping and gallivanting and all the great things, the reason why you're trying to go do all that and it's still an option is because you haven't came to a resolve yet. But as for me, there is no other way. I came to the resolve that God didn't take my life. I offered it to him. Which is why for me now, what God tells me to do is not an interference. It's a part of the plan. And it's what I signed up for. which is why even when I do rest, it's not an interference with what he's doing and what he has me to do. My rest is not an interference, but his work is not an interference with me either. Why? Because we're on the same, we're on the same team. But many of you only feel like you're on the same team with God until he tells you to run a play that you didn't want to run. So you start to see it as an inconvenience because you're still not in a place of being resolved. I pray that will no longer be your story.
I receive it.
I'm serious. I pray that will no longer be your story. Because if you get to a resolve, that means you're at a place where you're no longer worrying about rest or the rest of something. You get to rest in him. You get to really become what he said without being worried about what if. I want you to take this moment. I want you to sow a seed of faith. And I want you to thank God that your story is changing. Literally, the pattern of your life is changing today. I'm not talking about that you're going to receive more miracles, signs, and wonders. That's going to happen because you believe. But today, you're literally going to stop and end this mental cycle, this hamster wheel of going and going and going and going and going, and out of nowhere, you are so winded. You're so winded that you're over it and you don't know what to do. But today, that will no longer be your story.
I receive it.
The ways to give it are in the comment section, and they are on the screen. Father, for every seed that's being sown, every seed of faith that is being sown, Father, I pray that today marks a change in their lives emotionally, spiritually, physically. Mark a change. Fix it. Turn it. Do whatever it takes to make sure that they align with your word. And I thank you that we will stop fighting against you. I thank you, Father, that we will find rest in you. And we will not keep on trying to do it the way we've been doing it. We won't keep on trying to go to the left or to the right. But we are so consistent with you that we understand you are truly the only way. So we glorify you. We honor you. Thank you for this word. Thank you for whooping us. Thank you for correcting us. Thank you for rebuking us. Thank you for chastising us. Thank you for chastening us. For you do chasten those who you love. Thank you because it means that we have a chance, we have an opportunity to get it right. And so we won't take this for granted, but we will take advantage of this opportunity. And we will get it right this time. In Jesus' name. It is so. It can't be otherwise. I love you with the love of the Lord Jesus Christ. Sow your seed. May God bless you richly. And I'll see you. I can't wait for Prophetic School. Let's see you Sunday. Take care. God bless and be with you.